Patreon Q&A number 60. I want to thank all 76 of my ultra-powerful, beautiful patrons. Guys, you know I love you. Thank you so much for your continued support. Everyone else listening, there's going to be spoilers in these questions and answers, so tread carefully. ShadowBatX asks, hey Shonen, sorry you're not feeling well and hope you get better soon. Honestly, just get rest and eat soup and surprisingly dark chocolate. It works. Hey, thank you for asking, and I actually am better, and I appreciate your concern. First question, what do you think is the fate of Black S? He survives the monster arc in the webcomic and is currently living with Saitama for the time being. Is he going to help or befriend Saitama if the Civil War happens, even though he's still seemingly evil, get killed off in a humorous way when the war happens, or is captured by Drive Knight and will get experimented on like Neon is based on the recent chapter? Not really sure what will happen to him. So, given what Black S's motives seem to be, I don't think he's good. I don't think he's probably going to be a good guy. Given that he is like a monster, it would be the first instance, I think, that we see of a monster becoming a good guy. Now, this is something I've always wanted to happen in the series, and I think it eventually will, and maybe he could be the first monster to cross over and become a good guy. I think that would be super interesting. I mean, one clearly likes this character, and he wants him to stick around. So, what could happen is that he becomes a good guy, and he just randomly starts helping the heroes, or just helps Saitama. Or the other instance is him becoming more powerful because he's saying, like, I need to eat, I need to get my cell count back. So that's actively what he's working on. That's that's put out there for a reason. So he will get his cell stock back. He will get more powerful. And then I think it's possible that he might be even stronger than Golden S at a certain point. Like, he just maybe gets even more than 11 trillion cells or something like that. And then combines, like, more so than 10 million and becomes even stronger than Golden, like Platinum or whatever. Diamond. Whatever you have it. And then maybe he's what the big end arc villain monster is besides Blast. Like, maybe he's the reason that I'm going to talk about this in another question too, but maybe he's the reason why the Neo heroes need to work together. So they need to take down somebody that powerful. And that's, like, the way the war ends or something like that, other than just Blast and Saitama going at it. I really do expect something like that to happen. At least with Black S. Maybe not the war ending because of it, but I do think we're probably going to see like a more powerful Golden S eventually. Last question, what do you think of the gameplay of the open beta from the new One Punch Man game, especially the Saitama portions? Is the gameplay as balanced, or could it use some work? So sorry you weren't picked to play. Anyway, thanks for your continuous upload, and get well, friend. Hey, thank you for the support. I appreciate it. P.S. I find the One Punch Man game as a meme where almost everyone is broke, and that's not a bad thing, huh? So yeah, it seems like everyone is more or less broke from what I've seen, especially the videos that you sent me in the DMs. I appreciate that, by the way. And I don't know. I'm excited for it. But I see a lot of dissenting opinions out there, but I knew that was going to happen. It kind of like, it literally happens with everything. Like, nothing is good enough to please any. I can't even remember the last time something everybody was in agreement on. Like, when everybody was like, yeah, this is great, I'm happy for this, I'm grateful for this. I can't remember that. Just things are different now. We just have it too good, but I digress. I'm excited for this game. I'm not sure about the balancing of it too far, and especially like the instance where we see Saitama versus Saitama. That was awesome. I love that moment, but also not too good for a balanced game, considering that it kind of like broke the game when they were going against each other. So I'm sure they're going to fix that. That is the reason why they gave out the beta, so that they can fix these kinks and problems. I thought it was going to be more so like Street Fighter, but then when I've seen more of the gameplay, it's more like Jump Force, which I was hoping that it was going to be more like Street Fighter, but Jump Force gameplay style is fine, you know, like kind of like a nerfed Xenoverse in a way. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it a lot, regardless of the reception. It doesn't really take a lot to please me. Just give me my favorite characters in a game and make it playable, and that's all I really need. Bryan asked, Yo Z, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well. Wanted to ask this week about some of the lower class heroes in One Punch Man, outside of the ones you've talked about. Glasses, Fubuki, Gearspur. Who are some A, B, and C class heroes do you think have good potential to rank up and get more involved in the story? I hope we see the S class grow and some heroes get a significant boost. So this is a good question, and I do think a lot of them, or quite a few of them, will get a significant boost. It would be kind of stale if all the S-Class heroes were the same by the end of the series, and given what Sekengar said about them having S-Class potential, or referring to the support team, I think that's pretty much implying that it will likely happen, at least by the end. So, right off the bat, we've got One-Shotter. I think he has the potential to be S-Class. He already kind of has the skill set to do it. He just needs the hardware to catch up to him. Because we saw when he went against like a dragon like Neon, his weapon didn't really do anything. was, you know, it was more so a feat for Neon more than anything. But if he had like a better weapon, then he probably could have taken out Neon. Because if he just sits back and snipes and does whatever he needs to, he could probably take care of dudes. And also, like, just because he's not physically capable or whatever like that, and he relies on his weapons, I don't really think that's too much of a shortcoming, because we see guys like Child Emperor and Atomic Samurai in the S-Class, and they essentially need their weapons to be effective, or whatever their thing is. So, if, like, Bafoy, or Child Emperor, or hell, even Kuseno throws him a bone, or maybe just the Hero Associate in general, gives him something, because, you know, they gave Metal Bat the Metal Bat, so they can give him something powerful. Because if he had a more powerful weapon, just, like, more powerful enough to the point of where it can just take out a dragon. It doesn't have to take out, like, high dragons or whatever. He probably could have taken care of Neon. Or maybe even other cadres or cadre executive level dudes. Because I think that's all that's really holding him back. And also, for the B class, Double Hole. Love this guy. I hope he gets a rank increase. I don't think he's going to become S-Class, but he should already be A-Class in my opinion. He's super powerful, at least for, you know, support team level. Super fast, somewhat durable, I guess, and he has skills. Like, he has, like, nose-based judo or whatever, which is pretty cool, and then he has, like, that weapon mechanism on his nostrils that shoot out, like, fire blasts or whatever. If he can get an arsenal boost, like, if he gets the same bone thrown at him that, hypothetically one-shotter is, then he could go up as well. These are the two guys that I have my eyes on the most. And then I just like Funeral Suspenders in C-Class, but he's probably not going to have anything significant happen. Chance asks, hey Shonen, I have a One Piece question. Do you think Dragon lives up to the name of the most dangerous man, or is it a title because he goes against the world government? Do you think his power could be Yonko or Admiral level? Thank you for the great content. Hey, thank you for the support, Chance. So, Dragon being the world's most wanted man is most definitely because he is a threat to the world government. That's like the biggest no-no. That is the ultra taboo in the world of One Piece. That, and talking about the Void Century and whatever else that goes with Poneglyphs and stuff like that. But number one is going against the world government, and he is the most active and the biggest threat in that department. So he is the world's most wanted man, which implies that he has the highest bounty. But that does not mean he's a weakling. He's certainly ultra powerful. And that's just because of what we've seen of Sabo. Like, Sabo is you know, Katakuri level, just taking a guess around there, like high commander level. Not quite admiral level, because we saw the difference between him and Fujitora, and I think there was a clear difference, which Oda was trying to tell us there. But given that Dragon can make a guy like Sabo, and I guarantee that Sabo's hockey and those Dragon Claw things he was doing is certainly what Dragon is capable of. And also just the implied power of Dragon. Whether he's Air Logia or just weather manipulation Paramecia, regardless, it's ridiculous. Like his feats in Logetown and the feat that he saved those people from that burning village. I forget the name of it, but those are crazy. That's like Admiral level stuff. Now, I'm not too clear on the big discrepancy between Admiral and Yonko level. I think that more so came from the difference between Whitebeard and the other Admirals, but I think more so like it's more close than what people would think. But as for Dragon's power, at the minimum, he is Admiral level, and very well could be Yonko level. Chase C asks, hey Shonen, longtime viewer and first-time patron here. I've been watching your videos for over a year now, and they were one of the few things that kept me calm during a battle with alcoholism earlier this year. Can't thank you enough and love the content. Hey, I'm really proud of you, Chase. Really happy to hear that you were able to overcome that. Now, I haven't dealt with that myself personally, but I have been very close to it in my life. One of my parents was, went down that road, and it led to a lot of abuse and other heartaches in my life, and I've witnessed firsthand what that is like and what the withdrawal and everything that goes with it. And I know it's awful, and I know it's incredibly difficult to overcome. Most people don't overcome it, it just lets them destroy them. So I'm very proud of you that you were able to overcome it, and I'm super happy that I was able to help you in that time. That's amazing to hear. And thank you for giving me support, Chase. I really appreciate that. I just have a couple old battle anime matchups, and would love to hear your thoughts / winner predictions. USJ Nomu versus Super Ally Darkshine. So, it's hard to say how fast Darkshine is because we never really get a clear answer on it. His speed is more so ambiguous, but he doesn't seem to be, like, particularly fast, at least for the world of One Punch Man. Like, I wish just one illustrated what was going on between him, Garo, and Flashy Flash better, because we don't really have a good idea of where he was in that fight. Was he keeping up with them? Was he not? But regardless, I don't think he's as fast as the USJ Nomu. So the USJ Nomu's beating him in that department. But USJ Nomu is ridiculously powerful, even for the world of One Punch Man. I think he would probably be dragon level in that world for sure. But given that, I don't think he has enough strength to overcome Darkshine's own strength, which I guess is implied to be way stronger than the Nomu. And then his quirk set is crazy too. Regeneration, shock absorption, and strength multiplier. He's right up there with Nerfed All Might, and he probably would have beat Nerfed All Might if All Might didn't have the broken ability of One For All to tap into the Vestige's backup power and, you know, go past his 100%, but that's another story for another time. But Darkshine probably defeats the Nomu mid-diff. Maybe low diff. I don't know. We'll really see how powerful Darkshine is later on because his feats will be illustrated better in the manga, but right now, he's getting outsped by the Nomu, but he'll probably could, like, rip Nomu apart. Just take it, if we got, like, a good grip of him. He seems to be that strong. And then Orochi versus All For One. I think Orochi's coming out on top on this. All For One, we can only really go off of his current form, or at least what we saw in Season 3, which is essentially his nerfed form. Like, we saw him in his prime, just a glimpse of it, and he was an entirely different monster. And also, it was said by Gran Torino that he's using a complete different moveset when they were fighting him in Season 3, which really just relied on him using his spring limbs, the air cannon, and the strength multiplier, which kind of gave him like a projectile Detroit smash. That's not enough to overcome Orochi. He doesn't have any like particular noteworthy durability. Yes, he could take All Might's punches, but that's not enough to take one of Orochi's beams. And I think that's all it would really take. One clean beam from Orochi would probably take out nerfed All For One, just in my opinion. Free T-Shirts asks, hey Shonen, I was having trouble coming up with a question, so I decided to just do a simple one this week. With a combined effort of Tatsumaki, Fubuki, Garuganshub, Gearspur, and Evil Eye, how far do you think they could lift Saitama? Thanks for all your hard work, my guy. See you next week. Hey, thank you for the support, Free T-Shirts. And this is a fun question, but I don't think it would be that much more. I think maybe with them added support would probably lift Saitama like maybe like an inch more. There would definitely be an increase. There would be some added support for sure, but I think the discrepancy in power between Tatsumaki and the rest of this group is pretty big. Because Garuganshub being generous is like a mid-dragon. I think it would be way too generous to say that he's a high dragon. I don't think that's true. I don't care what the anime says about him. I've already analyzed it to death in my video about him versus Tatsumaki. So he's like mid-dragon probably. He's around Psychos' power. And then Fubuki, not very effective unless she's using her Psychic Whirlwind against another Esper. Gearspur, even at the height of his power, is probably like dragon level. Like that feat against Neon wasn't too powerful. I mean, dragon for sure, but nothing anything higher than that in my opinion. And then Evil Eye's like above demon, high demon. Pretty powerful, but not powerful enough to get some great results here. Most of the heavy lifting, if you will, is coming from Tatsumaki here, which was already her in a weakened state. So if she was healthy, she could probably lift him higher for sure. But it's not going to be too much higher, along with the support of them. I just don't think they're that powerful that they're going to be assisting her that much. Jordan asks, yo, Shonen, hope you're feeling better, my G. I knew you weren't feeling too hot last week. Hopefully you're all straight now. I am straight now, Jordan. So thank you for the concern. I feel a lot better. I have a little crossover battle question. So Luffy in the current story versus Bang from One Punch. I think this would be a very interesting battle with Luffy having his gears, haki, and just the willpower of a god with his devil fruit. But on the other side, you have Bang being master martial artist with insane durability. And he, in my opinion, has displayed one of the craziest feats in all of One Punch. So I think this battle would be very intense, very competitive. Let me know how you think this battle would play out. Love the content. Keep it up, brother. Hey, thank you, Jordan. So I'm thinking like, so we're talking about peak Luffy. We don't know how strong he is right now because we have yet to see it in Wano, but you know, we're going off of like Snake Man, Bound Man, Gear 4 Luffy. I think his feats, at least from what we've seen in Dressrosa, it's hard to gauge how powerful it is when he was in Mirror World against Katakuri, but we could say it's somewhat comparable because I don't think there was that big of an increase in power. It was only a couple days in between those two fights, so. It reminds me of like Melzerguard against Bang, like the output and the area of effect and the implied damage. It didn't really seem too greater than that or like too weaker than that either. But given that Bang took Melzerguard's essentially best shot, like he hit him so hard he thought he killed him, and he just, you know, the whole classic, I just need to do more back exercises or whatever he says, like when he's working on his neck, when he's shirtless. given that, and given that Bang took Elder Centipede and just kind of like shook it off, took a carpet bombing from Homeless Emperor, I don't think Bound Man or Snake Man could really damage Bang any more so than what Melzergaard did. Now, if you could compare it yourself. Look at Luffy and Dressrosa and compare it to what Melzergaard was doing. It doesn't really seem like that is any greater than what Melzergaard was. Just in my opinion, of course. And given that Bang was kind of like mid-diffing Melzergaard, I don't think it's going to be much different here. So the speed is hard to say for Luffy. It's really hard to say with most One Piece characters. But even in Snake Man, even with the observation haki, probably not as fast as Bang. Just taking a guess, of course, but the observation haki isn't like a guaranteed prediction thing. Like, oh, he has this ability, so it means he's going to be able to predict what Silverfang is going to do. It doesn't work that way. We saw that with Katakuri. There is levels to this, and it's not always guaranteed. Although it does help, and it would come into play for sure, but it's not like, oh, he knows what's going to happen, so Silverfang could never win. I don't agree with that at all. But it would help him, but I don't think this fight would be as competitive as you think. Especially if Bang were to use, like, abandonment. Then he's, like, one-shotting cadres, and I think that's way too much for Bound Man or Snake Man or anything even lower than that. Just you know, my own 2 cents, of course. I'm sure people will see differently, but until we see more from Luffy, I just can't rate him up there with being able to defeat Bang. So that's pretty much it for the video today, guys. Once again, I want to thank all 76 of my amazing, overpowered, beautiful patrons. Guys, you know I love you. Thank you so much for everything. And if you would like to be in next week's Q&A, just simply check out my Patreon. $5 tier will give you access to this video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe as well. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.